Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Kiki's Magical Place where everything is possible. Your girl got her hair did, okay? All right. Let's take a moment of silence here. It's like, y'all, what's up? How y'all doing? Welcome back to Kiki's Magical Place, okay? So today I feel drawn to do love readings for some reason. So that's what I will be doing after this video, okay? I hope everyone had a good weekend. I don't celebrate Easter or anything, but happy Easter to anyone who does, okay? We all respect people's beliefs in this channel, okay? Happy Easter, happy Resurrection Day, okay? I hope everyone enjoyed their weekend. I know I did, okay? I did a lot of meditating and reflecting, okay? And so this is the reason why I want to do this video, because I want to talk about energy vampires again. I want to talk about, this is a part 2, okay? So this is going to be part 2, energy vampires, okay? And I did some reflecting, and I wanted to talk about, because I watched my video, and I realized that I didn't say an important thing of also another reason why we can attract these type of entities and energy vampires into our life, okay? Now, for those of you who didn't see that video, please go watch it. It is an hour long. I hope this video is not an hour long, but I mean, if it is, it is. You know, we want to talk, the spirits want to speak. You know, we have stuff that we want to say and share with everyone to enlighten everyone, to help uplift the people, okay? And so, energy vampires, to make it short for anyone who's just new or anyone who just wants a quick reintroduction, energy vampires are entities, human beings who feed off your energy, feed off your emotions, who try to zap you of your life force, zap you of your energy, steal your joy. Okay? So I like to call them energy entities because, you know, if you're human and you have morals, you don't go around trying to degrade other people or try to suck them of their emotions, you know. So yeah, energy vampire is an example, like I said in my last video, is if like, pay attention to your body, how you feel when you speak to an individual. If you're talking to somebody and you always feel drained after talking to this person, and now you feel sad or you feel these emotions that you have no business before feeling at all, you have no reason, or if you just feel so tired after communicating with an individual, that's an energy vampire, okay? And there are energy vampires that are very aware that they're energy vampires. I like to call them narcissistic energy vampires, okay? And there are ones who are not even aware because they're just walking around very blind, not knowing what's what's going on in the world, not realizing that their vibration is so low. Because a lot of people are not very aware of energy, okay? So these people are walking around with these type of low vibrations, which they just feed off of your energy, off of your joy, off of the high energy that you have. Hence is the reason why we need to protect our energy, okay? All right, so okay, I was reflecting, and I really just got some time to just really reflect on a lot of things in my life, okay? And I was like, Kiki, after I watched the video, I was like, I forgot to mention something. I was like, with energy vampires, I also realized that I attracted in these energy vampires, these energy entities, because of some type of trauma that I had endured in my life, in childhood trauma, in growing up in general, you know. So it was a piece of me that wasn't healed. Now that I'm looking back and I was reflecting, I was like, it was also, Kiki, a piece of you that wasn't healed, because I like to speak from personal experience, y'all, okay? So, and I feel like this is very important that everyone should know, because there are many reasons why we attract these energies. But I really do believe that one of the major reasons why I attracted this into my life was because it was a piece of me from my childhood, from before I even got into this journey, before the spiritual awakening, that I attracted, that I had in me that wasn't healed, that attracted these energy entities, these energy vampires. And so a lot of times it's very true when we do attract energies and we don't understand why we attract them. It's because it's a piece of us inside of us that's not healed. So like, repressed emotions, you know, not healing from trauma, whatever trauma it is that you endured during your childhood or during your adult life or during any type of relationship, I do believe that was a very strong reason why I attracted this into my life. And so, like, I could just give an example here. if someone's in a relationship, right? And say you're in a relationship with a partner and this person is abusive, okay? And I'm talking about like emotional abuse, physical abuse, psychically abusive. There's all types of abusive, emotional, all types of people, all types of ways, to be abusive. It's not just punching you in your face. It's just not, it's ways, manipulation, narcissists, they play with your mind. They feed off your emotions, okay? That's a video for a whole nother day. So if you're constantly attracting these women or these men that are constantly trying to abuse you, you would really have to sit down and do the inner work and be like, what is it in me that's attracting these kind of people? Because there is something inside of us that we probably just repressed, or we just held in a little too long, and we didn't get to like really heal it because we don't want to feel that pain, because as humans we do feel pain, unless you're a narcissist, then you're obviously not going to feel anything. But the normal human, they feel these emotions, and so a lot of us don't want to deal with it. So when I was sitting with myself, I was like, it's not only because I attracted these entities or these energy vampires because I'm a star, or I got these gifts, or I have this. It's also because it was a piece in me that wasn't healed, which then attracted this energy. So let me not jump off topic. So going back to a relationship, if you keep attracting abusive as men, okay, let's just say that as an example, okay? You keep attracting these abusive men to you, right? And you're like, I don't know why I just can't find the right person. Why am I keep getting people who want to bust me upside my head? And it's like, because it was some type of trauma that you endured, whether it was a relationship or with your parents or whoever it was, that instilled in your subconscious mind. So that's why they talk about healing and really getting to the core of who you really are and getting to know who you are and fixing your energy, because subconsciously we're attracting these energies whether we want to or not. So it's that why it's a piece, a fragment, a piece. Sorry, y'all. Getting twisted here. Okay, a piece of us inside of us that has not been healed, that we don't want to touch. I would say like the forbidden door that we don't want to open in us to feel these hurtful emotions again, is why we keep attracting the same kind of people or individuals into our life. And this is the reason why a lot of people need to sit with themselves and heal their inner child, heal with these traumas. I'm not saying act like they don't ever exist, because we can't do that as humans. Sometimes it's very hard for us to let shit go. It's like, no, And I know some people be like, I'll never forgive this person for what they did, or I'll never do that. But forgiveness is not for another person, it's for you. And until you step into your power and heal yourself and forgive yourself and forgive that person for what they did to you, you'll always attract the same kind of motherfuckers into your life, okay? So yeah, for the people who are like, well, I keep attracting the same type of man, the same type of girl, it's a piece of you that's not healed. Even though you probably think that you healed from it, you haven't. You have to sit with it, release that emotion, and sit with your inner child, or sit with yourself and be like, it's okay. It's okay that it happened. This was just here to teach me, not to hurt me. I think it's all about perspective here. So I was really sitting here reflecting this weekend, and I was like, yeah, it was some type of trauma, like, you ever heard of trauma bond? It was some type of trauma that I had endured when I was younger. It's probably why I keep attracting some type of individuals. Now, I'm not saying I go around attract narcissists all the time. I absolutely do fucking not. Okay, I will cut a narcissist off real quick. Okay, but what I'm saying is that, when you really sit down with yourself, you'll have a better understanding of why we attract these energies. Mind you, the people that are around us, the people that we let into our homes, the people, our friends, they're all, how can I say this in a very, wise way? They're just all pieces of our subconscious, like, we manifested that into our reality. So it's like, this is why when people are having spiritual awakenings, or they're stepping into the light, they're starting to love themselves. They're starting to accept themselves for who they are. They're starting to upgrade their DNA, upgrade their consciousness. Like, oh, well, this I've the knowledge that I've been learning has been very watered down, and now I'm stepping into the light, and now I'm seeing that everyone around me is just so fucking fake, and no one wants to deal with their emotions. I know for some people that's are in the spiritual journey, are in this process, you're like, oh my god, everybody is so fake around me. Like, everybody just don't want to deal with certain things. Everybody is just so illusional, like it's not that serious. Like, and then we all get that aha moment where we're like, well, we create our reality. Well, this is just, it's coming from us. It's coming from us. Yeah, so very important to sit with yourself and heal your trauma so you don't attract these type of energies to you, okay? Because I know I did not mention that, and that's really a major factor of how we attract these energy vampires, these people, these narcissists into our life, because it was a piece in us that wasn't healed. And so we might not know it consciously, but subconsciously it's in our subconscious, and it's our duty to sit there and rewrite our subconscious mind to what we want to attract. What is it that we want to do? What is it that we want to create and manifest into our life? And so this is why a lot of people who are having a spiritual awakening, they're like cutting everybody off. They're left alone. They find out that they're black sheep. They're isolated. They're looking at everybody like, oh my god, And I'm not saying, I just want to clear something up, because I'm not saying that in the spiritual journey here, in the spiritual journey, it's not all peace, love, and light. Like, yes, I do talk about, yes, let's just all be loving, because we should. But when we're loving, we still got to have boundaries, okay? There are many people that don't have any boundaries. And, it's like, even though, yes, I am a loving individual, and of course, it's nice to be loving and kind and all of these things, right? But it's also essential to have boundaries where no one can step over your boundaries, where people who think they could take your kindness for weakness, they will not fucking be able to, okay? They could do that shit at a distance, okay? So I feel like you do have to go through some type of transformation while you're in the spiritual journey. It's like the dark night of the soul, okay? It's like trying to figure out who you are, okay? Like, when I started with my spiritual journey, I didn't know I was starting a spiritual journey. It's like the tower moment in the tarot cards. It's tower. It's like all the beliefs that wasn't serving me, I was just like really shocked about it. I'm like, what? So I don't have to be poor? It's something like that. It's like a aha moment. Like, oh, excuse me, y'all. I don't have to live like this. Oh, well, we are in charge of our reality. Yeah, it's really an aha moment, y'all, So it's like all your beliefs that we were taught to believe, it just comes crumbling down. And then you're awakening, you're opening up your chakras, you're opening up your third eye, you're opening up your crown, you're opening up your heart, okay? And you're starting to see that everything in the world around you isn't what it seems. And it's like, what the fuck? So it's kind of like going through the dark night of the soul, So yes, it is very good to be loving and kind and beautiful and all these things, but it's also very essential to get to know the dark side of you as well. And when I say dark side, I don't mean like the black magic or the narcissistic and all this extra shit. What I'm saying is that the stuff that you had repressed at a young age, or however old you were, when you repressed these emotions that didn't serve you good, this trauma, this sadness, this, this regret, whatever it is that you have, it's very important that you deal with that, And I took a lot of time when I first started this journey of like, I wouldn't say regret, because I'm not really a regretful person. Like, it's like, it is what it is, like, I mean, and I don't say that to be mean, but it is what it is. Like, you can't change the past, and I'm very strong on that. It's like, I hate when people like just dwell on shit that they wish they could change. You can't change it. Okay, there's no time machine that's going to take you back. Okay, if you have a time machine, fine. But if you don't, move forward. All we could do is move forward. And I was like, I questioned everything. And I was like, wow, so this person act like this because it's a reflection of them. Think about it. Narcissists. Let's talk about narcissists, okay? Because they to me, they come hand in hand to energy vampires. Narcissists. A narcissist can control you. Try to control you with your emotions, because you know why? Because if they have you emotionally fully, if they can control your emotions, they control everything about you, okay? So if a motherfucking narcissist can control how you act, how you think, and how you conduct your life, they basically is controlling your life. That's why it's very this is why narcissists tries to emotionally manipulate people, narcissists they'll play the silent treatment. They act like they ain't talking to you. Okay, sorry y'all, because narcissists be making me laugh. It's the narcissist for me. They'll try to, they do the blame game. They basically project what the fuck they really are from them into you, okay? So it's like they feel narcissists. I don't care what anybody says. They're very insecure. They're very unstable emotionally. Okay, they feel a need to want to control people and control their emotions. Okay, and so this is why it's important that you heal yourself and you are in charge of your reality and your life. So that way, when a narcissist, a dumb bitch, in other words, it comes upon your road, you know that you got to call all your power back to. You can't let this person control you, because control stems from insecurity. Okay, all right. Trying to control how everybody perceives you. Okay, trying to control how you conduct your life, how you feel about yourself, and all these extra things. That's very narcissistic. Okay. So when they lose control over your minds, or they don't get what they want, they go crazy. They do any little thing. Like, narcissists will literally throw like tantrums and fits, and they will like gaslight you, okay? To a point where some people who don't have a good understanding of themselves will actually fall into this trap. Okay, so it's very important to let control your emotions. Okay, because one thing about Kiki, you can't control me. A narcissist ain't got no power over here, okay? But, it's because I take care of my energy. It's because I know who I am as a person. I know what I was born to do. It's like I call all my power back to me. I know I stand in my power, I stand in my light, and I stand in my truth. And when you do that, any situation you're in, the narcissists don't like that shit, okay? You don't give no energy to narcissists. Fuck them. You ever hear it's like this is the brick wall. This is the brick. No, this is the brick wall, and this is the narcissist. But they can't get through. They just barking like a dog. Okay, it's the same shit. You don't give your energy to narcissists. You ignore them. Okay. And that's you piss. Let me tell you one thing about narcissists. When you don't play their game, they be so tight. They be mad, okay? So yeah, I really do have firsthand experience in narcissists. So growing up, or as I'm developing, I didn't really know that was the term used to describe them. And so I do a lot of research myself and a lot of reading. And, I do believe in my past life I was a psychologist. So I really do. And it's like if you just study the behaviors of people and study, how they conduct themselves and how they speak, it's really a reflection of who they are. People will only treat you with how they feel about themselves. Okay, so if you're feeling loving and you're feeling kind and beautiful, that's what you're going to put out there. And if you're feeling like shit and you feel like you can't do anything, and you look in the mirror and you see ugly, of course you're gonna look at the beautiful one and be like, I gotta find a way to make her feel ugly today. It's just narcissistic, So yeah, that's a video for another day. Let me not go off topic, y'all. But yes, with energy vampires, I was doing some reflecting, and I was like, I also attracted it because I had some trauma that I thought that I healed from, and I didn't, And, the spiritual journey is never over. And I feel like cycles repeat themselves until you learn. So it's like, even though, yes, I've healed myself and I'm still healing, no one's perfect. It's like every day I just see it's like I get oh, it makes sense. It was just wow, that one was strong, y'all. It was oh, it just makes sense. Wow, so it was something in me that attracted them without even knowing. And you will see some of the kinder souls out here will always have these darker forces or energies trying to connect to them. But that's because some of these kinder souls, probably talking to some of y'all, some of the kinder souls have endured some type of pain and trauma, which sometimes spiritual awakening comes from trauma. Spiritual awakening, it can be from trauma, that you've endured a lot of pain and you don't want to deal with the pain, and it just forces you to awaken, you get tired of feeling the pain. So I do feel the trauma is just trauma in us that draw to us certain entities, certain energies, certain people that shouldn't even be around our energy field. And, I felt for a very long time from certain things that I've seen and experienced, okay, growing up, I was like, I will never deal with no shit. Not to get personal with anybody business, but to me, I just couldn't tolerate certain things. I feel especially in relationships and friendships, I feel like it's no need to be jealous. It's no need to be envy of one another. I feel like when you're in a relationship, it should just be loving. Like, no one should be trying to outbeat the other person. No one should be trying to get the other person to be quiet or be scared of them. What kind of, you got to be a sorry ass human being if you want another person to be scared of you. Excuse me? Like, and it's not even about like being big or bad or knowing how to fight or none of this shit. It talks about just knowing your worth, knowing what you want into your life, knowing to accept who you are as people, because anybody could punch anybody in the face. Anybody could get violent with anybody. Anybody could do anything. But it's the principle of why would you want that type of energy around you? When people are loved, they grow. when you grow a flower, when you plant a seed in the soil and you nourish that and you keep nourishing it and you keep nourishing it, you know what's gonna grow? That fucking flower, that seed that you keep nourishing with love. It's the same shit. If you just put the fucking seed in the ground and look at that shit every day like, damn, you still ain't grow yet, it ain't gonna motherfucking grow. Love makes things grow. So yeah, always love everything. Love yourself. Everything that you love will bloom. So yes, with the energy vampires, that was definitely a big part that I didn't mention in the other video. I definitely feel like one of the major reasons why I attracted that to me was because of some type of trauma that I didn't heal with yet. Sometimes some people might get into relationships or might meet people and be like, he reminds me of my father, or he reminds me of my mother or my uncle or whatever it is. And it's like, but the person's not that great of a person when it comes to character. And it's like, I wonder why I attracted this. Yeah, because you said it. Intuitively you knew, but a lot of people don't trust their intuition. So it's very important to heal your energy, sit with yourself. I feel like a lot of people that are going through the spiritual journey, okay, again, let me speak for myself. I need a lot of time to just rejuvenate my energy, because I know that I could be one of the most crankiest motherfuckers in the world if I don't get my alone time. Like, I just want to hear nothing. No, like, seriously. So me sitting with myself this weekend and rejuvenating my energy and, just having fun and enjoying my presence. I feel like a lot of people need to learn to enjoy who they are, okay? There are millions of people, even old people, who don't even want to sit with themselves. They feel the need to occupy their mind and occupy their brain with shit that's not going to serve them any good, with stuff that's not going to heal them from any trauma that they went through, with stuff that will is not even good in your thoughts, okay? Like I said before, your thoughts, your emotions, how you conduct yourself can really call upon illness into your body, into your immune system, okay? So we should be mindful of the thoughts that we're emitting every day, the energy, okay? Everything is energy. Y'all, I don't know why I never bring no motherfucking water. Got my coffee behind here, but it's all right. But yeah, so I felt like sitting with myself, okay, and really, enjoying my own company, it just brings me to a space where it's like, whew, it's like I just know stuff, and we are the greatest, we're like the greatest invention. Being a human is the greatest invention. We could just use our minds in such ways where people are not even sure of their mind. They're not even positive with who they are. I take great ass pleasure in saying that I control my minds. And I love being who I am, and I feel like if a lot of people step into their power and do what they need to do, a lot of shit would be voided in this world. A lot of shit wouldn't even exist, But people don't want to sit with themselves. They rather sit around and project their insecurities and their illnesses and their stupid ass thoughts or whatever the fuck you want to call it, narcissistic shit on other people. They want to pollute other people, And instead of uplifting people, you rather throw garbage to other people. So just be very mindful. That energy will always find its way back to you. What you put out in the universe eventually will find its way back to you. Yeah, so it was really like an aha moment for me. Like, Kiki, you gotta tell the people, you gotta let them know that another reason why you could attract these people is from trauma that you didn't heal with. And I know a lot of people are probably going through trauma that they still trying to deal with, okay? Like, I dealt with my traumas and I sat with it and I just had to deal with it. I mean, at that time I didn't know I was having a spiritual awakening, but it was just like, what the fuck? Like, I don't understand this and I don't understand that. And, it's like, but those who always isolate themselves, those who are the black sheeps, those who choose to awaken, okay? those people will always know who they are. They'll always evolve. They'll always, like, you know, it's like being like 10 steps ahead of the game, okay? It's like you're not walking in your own bullshit any fucking more, okay? And also with being negative, I would also like to say that, you know, I don't know if you guys ever, like, you know, if you guys are into metaphysical things or whatever, but we'll talk about that. But, you know, being negative in such a low vibrational state, worrying about shit that ain't got nothing to fucking do with you or nothing that will serve you good. Like, shit happens and there's nothing we could do about it sometimes, right? Situations happen. People do shit to people. Sometimes there's nothing we could do about it. I feel like being in such a low vibration causes mucus in your immune system, in your body, and it's just causing, you know, a lot of mucus in your body is not good. It's gonna, like, if anyone ever watched Dr. Sebi, you should go read about that a little bit. It's like calling these illnesses into your body, you know, and I feel like people who know about what mucus does to your body and you know are supposed to be so smart and supposed to know about these things are the ones that should not be negative, are the ones who should be sending vibrations of love out there into the universe, you know. So it's like a lot of people who are like, oh yeah, like I know this journey, you know, and that irritates me. Like, oh yeah, I know about the spiritual realm. Yeah, I know, and I know about this, but if you fucking know it, live your fucking truth. Okay? And that's just how I feel about it. But yeah, so let me not go off topic because I always got something to fucking say, right, y'all? So with the energy vampires, okay, going back to them, that's just another big ass reason why we might attract these entities into our life. So you always sit with yourself, see what traumas you went through, like go back as far as you think you can, because sometimes stuff is instilled in us since when we were a little child about certain things, you know, like this might resonate with a lot of people with money, right? If you're from a foreign background like me, money, you know, you always hear your foreign parents or whatever race you grew up in, right? You'll hear, money is not easy to come by. Like, you know, this life isn't easy. Ho. Right? When you start to awaken and you see that money is just energy and you see that it's just a vibration and you see that you really don't have to like lose your arm and your leg to really make a living out here, you're going to be shocked. So it's like that's just one type of belief where it's trauma, you know, where like you traumatize people like that with them type of beliefs. And you know, you can't blame these people that are saying these beliefs because they don't know any fucking better. You know, that's just what they're immune to knowing. That's just what they know. That's just how they conduct their life. So like I said, it goes back to the spiritual journey. When you awaken and you step into your power and you know you do what it is that you want to do, you're going to enjoy yourself, and whatever you enjoy doing will always grow, okay? So no, you can't sit like, oh yeah, well then I'm just going to be poor or this and that and all these little low vibrational beliefs. That's really is not true. It's really not true, because energy is the currency of the universe. So whatever energy that you emit, okay, if you will emit positive abundance vibes to the universe, that will be returned. Because like honestly, the universe doesn't know thoughts. They don't know that. They just know the vibration you're going by. So if you're always having these thoughts of lack of insecurity, lack of this, lack of that, that's what's going to be returned to you. Again, it's all about vibration, baby, okay? So that's just one way of, that's like trauma right there. It's like traumatizing a kid or traumatizing somebody. Like, yeah, in order to get this, you have to do this. No, the fuck you don't. You just have to fix your energy. You just have to heal. So I believe that a lot of us have been taught wrong, and a lot of us, we're not like educated properly about certain things, you know. So it is our duty to research, to learn and to heal, you know, and not judge other people, okay? So I feel like a lot of people, yes, we do have ego, which ego does serve us in this physical dimension. It does, but it's also very unfucking necessary. You know, I feel like we shouldn't vibrate from ego. Ego gets in the way. You know, we have to learn how to separate our ego from our soul, so we could be able to listen to what our soul and our intuition is saying. I love my soul nut, y'all. So yeah. Yeah, that's what I want to say about energy vampires. Okay. It has to do with trauma. You know, we'll definitely talk about trauma in another video, okay? We'll definitely talk about narcissists, because I do have a whole lot to say about narcissists and fucking trauma. You know, yeah, I did go through trauma, so that's why I always say that I do speak through experience, you know, and now that I look back at it, like I said, I was reflecting, I see how a lot of stuff that I attracted into my life was off of my trauma, based off of the fearful emotions, trauma, sometimes the trauma, not sometimes, all the times, trauma is embedded in our subconscious mind and we don't know it. And so it's just there. So whatever's in our subconscious mind, we attract to us. Just like some people might go to sleep with certain frequencies playing, certain music playing, like, 432 hertz or 888, or, whatever it is, number that you listen to. And that's embedded in your subconscious mind, That's why they're saying be very mindful of your conscious and subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind runs your life whether you realize it or not. So if you deep down in your core really do feel like you're worth of love and you're worth of beauty and you're worth of all these things, that's what's gonna come to you. But if deep down you feel like you always gotta get a bitch and get a bitch and get a bitch and be evil and insecure and jealous and hating, that's what you're going to attract. So yeah, definitely work with these traumas. I would say that the best way to do it, because I know a lot of people will be like, well, how, Kiki? Well, how do I sit with myself and deal with it? Sit with yourself and see what comes up in your emotions. Like, light you a white candle, light you an incense, just breathe in and out and see what your body tells you. We're all intuitive. We're all psychic. It's just some people don't step into it, We're all telepathic. Every human being is telepathic on this earth, okay? Every human being. If you choose to step into that, then you do. If you don't, you don't. So sit with yourself and see what comes up, Cry. Like for me, when I started my spiritual journey, I cried a whole fucking lot. I mean, it'll be times I'd be in the bed, it's like 1 a.m. and I'm fucking crying. Like, I don't know why this happened. Like, you cry, like a lot of things, happen for a reason, And when I started going through my spiritual journey, that's when your third eye starts opening and stuff. And I was like, my grandfather came to me and I was like, at first I wasn't sure because I'm like, Kiki, what the fuck is going on? Like, and mind you, I like being in a room full of candles, so that was just always the vibe, candles and incense, and it was like, he was like, it's okay. He was like, you're gonna be okay. It's okay. Like, you're not alone. And I'm like, because we do hear a lot of shit. We hear like there are, because it's very true, if anyone has an intuitive eye, there are spirits that will take form of other spirits pretending to be someone they're not. So that's very good to open up your intuition, open up your third eye, so you can know the difference between a deceiver spirit and someone who's really that. And I was like, I don't know, it's just like something that I felt in my soul and my heart, and it was just like I don't know, it was a feeling that I can't explain, y'all. And it was like, I just knew without a doubt that it was my grandfather. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, what the fuck? And not to bring anybody in it, because I know my mom don't like when I bring her up. But it's like, when I told her, she didn't believe me. She's like, what? She didn't say it to me like that. But I would know intuitively, like, this motherfucker think that I'm kidding or I'm just seeing shit. But I know what I'm seeing, But it was just like I don't know, it was like a sense of relief. And he was just like, I'm here, like, and I feel like maybe they were always here with me. My ancestors and my spirits, they were always here. I just didn't feel it. I just didn't know it. I just had to like heal myself and just, I guess cry it out. A lot of people deal with it differently. And I can only speak from experience. I was crying and I didn't know I was shutting off these energies, until later down the line when I was watching YouTube and reading. And I guess spirits and angels put articles in my way, people in my way so I could see. And, and I'm like, deep down, I knew I wasn't crazy. I'm like, yo, I'm not crazy. I knew what I felt and I knew what I heard. So that was like my very first encounter with spirit, y'all. To be honest, that was the very first one. And I was like, wow, it's going to be okay. Like, I'm not alone. I'm like, wow. And it's like when you make the effort to really step into your journey, step into your love, step into your light, like the spirits will guide you. The angels will guide you. God will guide you. The universe will guide you. And they'll show you things, Whereas someone who's not vibrating on that type of level, they won't have the, what the fuck is that word? They won't have the I wouldn't say audacity, but they won't have the privilege of seeing these certain things or feeling certain things because they choose to stay stuck. So, if you choose to stay stuck, that's on you. They ain't got nothing to do with me. But I just feel like when you make yourself vulnerable and you actually feel your emotions the way that you're supposed to feel it and not try to hide it behind bullshit, ego, okay, that's what I call it, ego shit, okay? That you will have the privilege to see these things and know things and just, I don't know, it's just a beautiful experience, y'all, And I just always reflect back to that time when I had my spiritual experience, my spiritual journey of what this really was. And now I look at it like, yeah, I was shutting off belief systems that didn't serve me. You know, I was realizing like I could manifest. I was realizing that I'm all these things. And I'm like, but I was taught differently. You know, I was taught that I was supposed to be scared of God. You know, I don't feel like anyone should be scared of God. A lot of people do things because they're scared. Why would you want to live your life so fearful and scared? I cannot. I'm sorry, but I just cannot live my life being scared and fearful. That's just something I'm just not going to do. And people who come around me with that type of vibration, I just get so irritated and aggravated, and I don't mean to. But it's just because it's a part of me that does not resonate with that any fucking more, you know? So, yeah. Really getting to know who you are, like I always say, is your greatest power. Getting to know what's around you, you know, getting to know what your purpose in this earth is here for, because we all have a purpose. Now, if all means by necessary, if you feel like your purpose here is to be a narcissist, okay, you know, we all have our purposes, you know. I just feel like, you know, we need to balance out our energies, you know, the dark, the light, yin and yang, you know, it both creates us, it makes us, you know. So yeah, don't ignore the side of you, the dark side, which I think a lot of people are scared to say that. I don't know why. The dark side of us, okay? Because those are the traumas, the healing, whatever it is that's repressed from childhood, even from when you're 5 years old. You know, it could have been, you probably seen your daddy smack the shit out your mother, and you still got that shit in your head, like, you know, so it's trauma. A lot of this is trauma based, you know. So yeah, don't be afraid to discover that side of you and to bring out those, as they would say, demons, to heal that energy of you, you know, because that still makes you, that's still a part of you. Like, even though I feel like everybody went through trauma one way or another, I feel like you can't just ignore it. You have to deal with it. It'll always be a part of you, but you can't just let it sit there and eat at you either, you know? You want to live your best fucking life, okay? You want to be able to get things that you want to get. You want to be able to be abundant and live comfortably, you know? And not have to bend down to these motherfucking who call themselves leaders, bend down to what they're saying, do what they do. No, you want to be able to step into the new world and create your own reality. You want to be able to, that no matter what you do, you're still going to grow it, that whatever's happening, it won't affect you because you're vibrating on such a high, different level that it won't touch you, you know? So yeah, guys, I just wanted to come on here and say that that was something that I reflected on, and I felt like I had to tell you guys that a lot of it comes from trauma. We do attract certain people. We do attract people because of trauma that we have endured, the pain or whatever, you know, whatever it is, we, you know, and we subconsciously, we don't know that, you know. So just really sit with yourselves and try to heal that type of trauma. Try to, you know, cry. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be vulnerable. I don't know why everyone wants to walk around with such a fucking ego all the time, you know. So, yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And please, if you don't watch my other Energy Vampire video, please watch it. This will be part 2 of it. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. Okay, I will be doing love readings in a few. I just feel drawn to do it. So let's just see if what love is coming to us, okay? And just let me know if you have any topics that you want me to talk about. If I'm educated on it, I will definitely talk about it. I really like to speak about my personal experiences because I feel like that's just a way of empowering people, because you have a lot of people who are awakening and people who are into candles and people who are into this journey, but they don't know who to connect with. They don't know to speak it because a lot of people will look at you like you're crazy. If you tell a motherfucking anybody that you seen the spirit right there and then, they probably won't believe you. Trust me, that's from personal experience. They be like, what? You know, so I know there are a lot of people out there who don't speak about it because it's like so-called unheard of. No. I burn candles. I mess with spirits. I mess with my ancestors. I'm that of the light, okay? And if that's demonic, hey, that's just your perception. That's just your reality that you've created, you know? So, yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Thank you for the like, share, and subscribe. Comment. Don't hesitate to email me. And I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Ashe.